Happy Valentine's Day from Bloodbath and beyond. Today we review Valentine, Love Hurts.
Directed by Jamie Blank, starring Denise Richards, David Boreanaz, Marley Shelton, and Jessica Capshaw, Valentine is about 5 women who are stalked by an assailant in a Cupid mask on Valentine's Day. So what do we like?
I liked that this movie built suspense. They did a really good job at creating an environment that made me feel like the characters were in danger, because you kind of didn't know when or where the killer was gonna strike.
And it was more of like a murder mystery than an actual slasher, which is refreshing because we're so used to watching so many slashers. Didn't focus so much on the kills, but rather the whodunit aspect. So you're constantly trying to figure out who could possibly be the killer and who is next.
It's also nice that this film gives us a red herring to distract us from who we think the killer is.
Who's Jeremy Melton?
I'm kidding. God, we were so horrible to that kid.
In the mystery that was our killer, I enjoyed his mask. It's a little cherub Cupid face mask, and I thought it was hilarious. And it could be considered creepy. And I'd be frightened if I saw this cherub running down the hall at me.
And I like that this was Valentine themed, because we had the cards that were really cool. Like, Hallmark does not sell these cards. They were definitely homemade. And on top of that, he killed someone with a bow and arrow.
Yes, that was excellent.
That's exactly all you need. There was a great variety of kills, but the fact that one of them was with a bow and arrow is the perfect kill for a Cupid killer.
Like, we talk about Christmas holiday, like, wow, this had a lot of holiday cheer. Well, this had that same cheer in Valentine's Day form. I mean, I've never seen anyone get together as a group on Valentine's Day and be like, woo, let's party because it's Valentine's Day. But that's what we're fucking here doing today on YouTube. Being that this is a movie from 2001, it is definitely worth noting that the babes are still babes today. Denise Richards has to be one of like the finest looking ladies. Like, I could just look at her face for hours and hours. I'm gonna go watch Wild Things soon.
I'm gonna watch Starship Troopers.
Man, she is just dynamite. We have Katherine Heigl, who looks fucking bomb as always. We just have a ton of ladies that are just like beautiful.
As a fan of Angel and a casual viewer of Bones, I enjoyed seeing David Boreanaz in this film. I thought his character as Adam, he was genuinely a good guy.
Yeah.
And like, he cared for Kate.
He was really cool, and I like that it was self-aware enough to acknowledge his role on Angel.
He's no angel, but he's not a murderer.
Now let's move on to our dislikes.
Considering the budget that this film had, I'm a little disappointed in the kills that we saw on screen. I felt they could have did a lot more because we had kills and they showed a lot of blood, but we really didn't see anything that was like over the top cool. And that's what I thought they could have did. At least one like real good kill.
Well, I did enjoy this aspect. I also didn't like it at the same time because it was so damn evident that they were trying to over-sexualize characters. For example, Denise Richards. Yeah, we know that she's the quote-unquote slut. However, every time that she walked into a room, she took off her jacket and popped out her chest, and it was really weird. And like, to the point where characters mention it.
Jesus, Paige, it's a funeral.
And it happened every time she walked anywhere. A big problem when it comes to the story in this film is the fact that some of these girls die. Well, that's not the problem, but the way that the other girls handle their deaths is. Because there are times where some girls are just very into like their boyfriend, or they're going on dates and their best friend has just been massacred the day before, and they're being accused maybe at a cop station, and they're just like being little bitches about the whole situation.
You met this guy a month ago and he's staying with you?
Excuse me, Paige, but there have been guys whose last names you didn't know that you let into your pants. I'm just letting this guy into my house.
But the reason why you guys are even talking to police and everything is because your friend is dead. So fucking pay attention to that and stop talking about boys. Well, I understand this movie is like 16 years old. The acting seems older. It's not terrible by any means, but it definitely seems dated. It's strange. Nowadays, we're thinking modern movies. Like, yeah, anything 2000 up. It's like, no, now it's 2017.
Yeah, we need
like
2010 up.
Yeah, it's like 2010 up is modern. So just, geez. It really, you feel your age when you watch this, knowing that you watched this when it came out. Now it's time for our final thoughts and ratings. I thought Valentine was a pretty decent, like, mystery thriller, kind of slasher. There's less slashing than I would have liked, and I wish the kills were explored a little bit more, but I did like the whodunit aspect of the movie. It was nice to see Denise Richards again, and a young Katherine Heigl, even though the old Katherine Heigl is still pretty good.
Gather around and check out the booty that put Izzy Stevens through med school.
I also enjoyed our killer to an extent. Like, I thought his mask was cool sometimes, but not scary enough at others. I'm a little torn on that aspect. The acting wasn't the greatest, and I think that some of the character decisions weren't that great. But like, overall, it's not a bad movie. I would recommend it for a Valentine's Day watch.
Wax it.
So I'm gonna give this 2 wax on, wax offs out of 5.
Valentine was a fun movie for me. I enjoyed the red herring effect and trying to figure out if the killer really was who they thought it was. We had a really good cast and the story was suspenseful. There was great tense moments and it had me engaged. I didn't necessarily like how the kills turned out, but we did get to see kills. And they were Valentine themed kills, which was kind of cool and fun. So with that being said, I'm gonna give this 3 chocolate coated maggots out of 5.
As always, thank you for watching. Like this video and comment below with your thoughts on the film if you've seen it. If you haven't and you do want to check it out, there are links in the description where you can find it. And if this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe to the channel, stay updated with everything Bloodbath and beyond. And if you're having a lonely holiday, we feel you, bro. Or girl?
Girl.
What's the opposite of a bro?
Bro.
No. Like a bro and then...
Usually it's a hoe.
No, it's not a hoe.